What's up, guys, and welcome to the video. Today, we have a very special guest with us. We have Danny Hype, who's kindly joined me on this podcast this week. Just welcome to the channel, Danny.
What's up, guys? Hey, thanks for having me.
I think Danny's just played Bruno in an exhibition match from the Untapped tournament. So you can check that out on the channel as well if you haven't already done that. So I thought this would be a good time to kind of talk to him about what he thinks about our game and also the health of the game in general, because I think for us in the UK, it's at a worrying place right now. So I wanted to get some insight from someone outside, and hopefully we can find some encouragement there. Just before we start things off, how do you pronounce your surname?
It's Danny Phongsavath.
Okay,
Yeah.
great. Yeah, that's just been going on in my mind. Just don't really quite get it, but okay. Yeah, it's great. So how did you actually get into the game?
I started off. I think it was just me and my friend. We've been playing card games together for a bit, it was like Force of Will, Vanguard, like Pokemon, but nothing like too seriously. We're trying to because we used to play them when we were younger, and then we kind of stopped, and then we decided to kind of just get back into it. And we were at one of our local stores, and I think they just had the starter decks for the for the card game, but they didn't have any booster packs. And like me and him just like I feel like booster packs is almost like it feels like a small little gambling thing where it's like you pay money, don't know what you're gonna get, you're kind of
Yeah,
risking trying to get value stuff like that. And me and him like kind of just enjoy opening packs. Um, so
oh
we
yeah,
searched we went like throughout the town, going to like all of our local shops, just trying to find this because we both love Dragon Ball Z, obviously.
mm.
And yeah, so when we finally got it, I ended up getting hooked. Like he kind of fell off, but I got hooked and I stayed on it, and like I stayed with the game because I just kept winning like my local tournaments, and I'm like, oh, maybe I'm actually pretty good at this game. And I decided, you know what, let's just make a YouTube video. I remember my first YouTube video was just like horrendous, and it was just like so bad. It took me like 9 hours just to produce it, but um, I kind of started enjoying it, and then I was like, you know what, screw it. This game is new, it's fresh. Let's get in early, and hopefully it kicks off because because obviously I love the TV show, and I think it has a lot of promise just because I look at things like Yu-Gi-Oh had a TV show, Pokemon have a TV show, and they had card games. I'm like, well, Dragon Ball, it did have a card game previously that failed, but I was hoping
yeah,
maybe this one's different, and maybe this one will stick. And I think getting into a game early and evolving with the game is a great way to stay relevant and stay good at the game. So that's how I got into it, and that's why I've been sticking with it ever since.
yeah. Nice. Yeah, I remember it was released in the States or North America about 6 months before it was released here. And yeah, I mean, when my friend introduced me to the game and I found out what the mechanics were like, just seemed really appealing to me. But I mean, I did look at Bandai's track record before, and it's not been great.
Yeah.
And they've got, I think Battle Spirits is Bandai, and that one's still running. That's coming up to 10 years, I think, next year. So apart from that, hopefully they will be doing well with this. But it does seem like they're listening to the community, so
Oh yeah,
that's
for
always a
sure.
good thing.
Yeah.
So as I said, the health of the game in the UK is quite bad right now, especially when we've been behind the states in terms of product release, and also we just keep getting our products shifted about the release dates. We don't even know when World Martial Arts Tournament and Draftbox 3 are going to be out.
Oh wow.
Um, and also, yeah, there are a few hubs. So Nottingham is probably one of the biggest hubs in the UK. That's where Bruno plays normally. But in London, it's very bad right now, which
Oh
is
wow.
strange for the capital. Um, what's it like over in North America? And you're from Toronto, actually, right?
Yeah. So I'm from Toronto, Canada, and yeah, at first it was actually really bad for us as well here in Canada. We didn't really have tournaments. The local scene was kind of small outside of like a few couple guys. But I enjoyed the game so much. Actually, when it first came out, the local scene was actually pretty good. But then it slowly died down because we didn't get we weren't getting product on time, or promos were so scarce, and we weren't getting a lot of stuff that the states were getting. But I enjoyed the game so much that I actually would drive down to the states. It's like 4 or 5 hour drives, usually to places closer to my board to the border for me.
Mm.
And I just go there to play in their like shop championships, and well, because I was winning them, it made me want to do it more. Like I remember I went on this one streak where it's like I went to Buffalo in the states. I won their shop championship. Then like the next weekend I drove to like Detroit. I won their shop championship. Then the weekend after that I went to Ohio and then Pennsylvania, and I won all their shop championships. And it was like being able to travel to all those like places. 4 or 5 hour drives were okay for me, and being successful in this tournament actually helped my local scene because a lot of people saw me doing this, and being good at the game, and they wanted to play me, or they wanted to be part of this and see what, like, why do I enjoy this game so much that I'm willing to travel this far for it. And so our local scene kind of picked up, and it got pretty good after that. And yeah, I've been having a lot of friends. Like I made a lot of friends like through this. Well, I have like travel friends now, so it makes the traveling a lot easier.
Yeah.
And like we go down to events. Like every time I go to one of the regionals, I'll have like 4, 5, 6 guys be like, "Oh, can I come with you? Can I come with you?" And it's like it makes the traveling a lot like cheaper and easier for all of us. And honestly, like obviously the game's fun, but like the actual traveling part of this whole like ordeal that I've been doing with all my friends have been like the best part. Like being able to get a hotel, like the drive down. Sometimes like 8, 9 hour drives with the friends.
Wow.
Um, yeah, so it's like, and like being able to go on that adventure with them makes this like so much worth. And it's kind of like at certain points, so some tournaments were either neg or not neg, right? Because the prizings you would get weren't really the greatest,
Yeah.
unless they were just released. If the prizings were just released, they were a lot, and you could actually make like I remember when I think I won Origins, and that was the week like those event packs first came out,
Oh yeah, yeah.
and yeah, that was like I won so many event packs, it was insane, and they were all worth like 20 plus bucks like American each, which is like even more for me. So I had like over like 150 of them after that weekend. It was crazy. Um but so like in the beginning, the health, kind of it was a bit rocky, but I honestly think it's gotten like this meta so far, and like the way it is right now, I think it's the best it's been in quite some time. And you're right, and like you said earlier, like Bandai is listening. Sometimes I feel like they listen too much,
Yeah. Yeah.
but
For sure.
they do listen, and they are trying to help this game grow. And I think I saw a post or somebody mentioned like for a new game, the competitive scene that we've had through the first year has been like insane compared to like other games that were released within a year. Like we've had so many different regionals, we've had pretty big showings, and then PBG just made their I think they just had their first like 2K actual cash event
Yeah. Yeah.
tournament. And I'm pretty sure they're working hard to do like more of those like after Nats and stuff like that. So um if we have them, we have Bandai, we have ARG, and like all these like organizations really trying to push this game really hard. I think this game is going to be in a good spot, especially if they start throwing in cash prizes. Like even for Nats, they added all those
Yeah. The
extra. Like they
voucher and the
yeah, that's crazy. Like the first initial pricing was like, what? Are you serious? And then they came up with those gold cards and those vouchers and all that stuff. And I was like, holy crap, that's crazy.
I actually thought the participation prizes were really good when it first came out,
Yeah,
and
I actually didn't mind it. Yeah,
yeah, I understood it just seemed like it was just regional pricing, so that's why
yeah, yeah.
things kicked off. But we've kind of been joking over here that because everyone just really likes that Soul Striker.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
So it's
That's
like the final, someone's gonna scoop just to get the Soul Striker.
yeah. I can see people wanting the Pan more. Like I think Pan and Soul Striker, those are good choices just because they're
Yeah,
like fan favorites. A lot of people love Pan. A lot of people love Soul Striker. And I think Shenron's just Shenron because he's the new one, and he's probably going to be the best. I'm sure he'll be the best leader coming out.
cool, cool. What are the local turnouts like in Toronto?
Ours, so it varies. Like the one that I go to at least, it's we do it like a Mondays, Thursdays, and Saturdays.
Yeah,
And for a while, Saturdays were like our big ones. We'd have like 20 plus people. Then all of a sudden, like I think school started for a lot of people, and then for some reason Thursday just became like the go-to day, and like sometimes we'll get like 15 plus people. But for the most part, we'll probably average around like 10, anywhere between 10 and 20 people, just depending on people's schedules these days.
Okay, so that, I
Um,
mean
yeah,
that's not dissimilar to the numbers that we kind of get at the, at the places where there is a community.
yeah, yeah.
We do get various places where you just get four guys show up. And,
Oh yeah, no, same, yeah. Like there's so many different card shops where I live that everyone has their own little pocket of like their locals. Like there's another local scene. They have like 6 to 8 players that they usually just go to that store, and I'll see them sometimes. Like if there's a bigger event, and there's like another store further down, they have their own like 8-man local scene. We have a bunch of like 8-man local pockets. I think the one I go to is like the main one. But yeah, there are a bunch of the small pockets where they have like yeah, like you said, 4 to 8 people at their tournaments.
okay, what's the secondary market there like?
Um, Actually, at one point it was pretty because one of the stores that was close to our central downtown, they kind of um I don't know, I guess they had some kind of internal problems, and they dropped Dragon Ball, and then they ended up like moving their store anyways. So then when everybody, so the one locals that I go to, they're just like barren with stuff because we had an influx of new people come into the game, and all the singles, like basically all the good singles or all that stuff were kind of gone. So the showcase is like they actually don't have much. They only have packs to sell and stuff like that, and nobody wants to sell. Like I guess nobody wanted to sell their cards right now, so the stores actually don't have singles for us to buy. So a lot of people have to go to like to purchase them online. Now I think it was just because the influx of people that we got, and they were trying to build all these decks, so they bought all the kind of the key pieces. But it was cool to see. Like it's like it sucks when you go to your local and you want a card and they don't have it because everyone's buying them.
Mm.
So it's pretty healthy for us here, uh, but yeah, so it's like I believe it's just like a short thing. Like I'm sure they'll get more cards eventually, but right now it seems like nobody wants to sell their cards, so it's the,
Oh, okay.
the secondary market's pretty. It's good and it's bad, right? There's no product to buy, so it's like. But if you do want to sell your product, you could probably get pretty good around here at
Oh,
least.
I
But
know. I'll check that any day because
yeah.
we're really struggling to sell our stuff over here at the moment.
Oh yeah.
Um, so I think it's down to the fact that we're a set behind. So I
Oh,
think
true,
World
true.
Martial Arts Tournament and Draftbox 3 have been delayed till the 23rd of November. That's what I've
Oh
heard.
wow.
And that's the day that Set 5 comes out as well. So I don't even know if there's any point picking too much of those up. But
True.
yeah, the prices for us have just been all over the place because people import a lot from the States. So when new product gets released from the States, some of the internet stores they just import everything and then sell them here. And by the time that they actually are officially released, people have quite a lot of the stuff already.
Oh, true. Yeah.
So
That makes
yeah,
sense.
I think that's
Huh.
kind of affected why we're not gonna we don't have any support from Bandai until sometime in 2019. So I think you were talking to the guys yesterday after the game,
Yeah.
um, that because we know France have nationals,
Oh
and
yeah. Wow. Oh yeah, yeah. They mentioned that. Yeah, that they got that
yeah, so
before.
I think Bandai's looking at our product sales and they're really low, so they think no one's buying,
Oh
no
yeah.
one's playing, but it's because everyone's importing from the States.
Yeah.
And also, for some reason, a lot of the stores in the UK aren't signed up for BCC,
Hmm.
which,
So they can't
yeah.
get like the tournament kits or whatever and all that stuff.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
we didn't have. I think the last BCC promo we had in London was Absolute Attack Mirror.
Oh wow.
So we didn't even get the Preface Goku here, so I had to go to Leeds, which is kind of the other side of the country, just to get some. And Gotens are very sparse as well at the moment, so. But yeah, I mean, it sounds like from what you said before that at the beginning, when you weren't getting products regularly in Canada, that it really hurt the game.
Oh yeah. No,
And
definitely.
I feel like that's kind of what's happening here.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but yeah,
Yeah.
it's been I guess it's been kind of good as well because we've had very different formats to what you guys have had in North America. So we never had the set three mecha format
Oh yeah, yeah. They were
because
mentioning it to me. Yeah.
yeah, when set three came out, mecha was errated already, and also we never had full flute,
Oh really?
or SS3 in set four. So
Oh wow.
it was yeah. I think the limit of flute was when set four was released. Yeah, so I think we got it 21st of September.
Oh
I
wow.
I want to say that's when we got it, but it may have been delayed. And yeah,
I guess
SS3 was
that's a good
banned,
thing.
so I was going to play SS3 this format
Yeah.
because it was SS3. But
Yeah. SS3 has gotten me through some good times. I don't
yeah,
mind that it's
yeah,
gone now, but
yeah.
yeah.
You didn't want to play it at one point, right? You were playing the. I remember you were playing the Xenotrunks.
Yeah, yeah. That's when
So
yeah. He was he's actually I like him. He's really fun. But yeah, I played SS3 for so long now that obviously he's very powerful. And that's why I was playing him. But now that he's gone, it's like no, I don't have to play him, so it feels good.
yeah, it was just strange because SS3 was just so good and so versatile
Yeah,
that whatever you wanted, SS3 was the better leader. And so I think that was a good decision from Bandai to ban it indefinitely now.
oh yeah, yeah, for sure.
And yeah, let me see. So yeah, you played Bruno yesterday. What were your thoughts on the skill level in the UK? I don't know if you've kept up with the other Untapped games.
I know I didn't get to see any of the other games. Yeah, no, he's like when we were talking and playing stuff, it seemed like he obviously knew what he was doing. Like he like when he was playing, I didn't really see any like misplays.
Yeah,
Um, it's like you can tell when you're playing against an opponent, you can kind of tell how either good they are or if they understand what's going on.
mm,
And he definitely understood what was going on and how to play his deck. I wish I gave him a better run for like I know we went 2-1. I
yeah,
think if my deck was a little bit better equipped, or if I had, I think I probably would have given him a little bit harder time. But no, yeah, it seemed like he was really good. I know they mentioned before it was like when when I see this a lot too with a lot of people when they complain about like the cell chain leaders and it's like that how cell chain is so cheap and that
hmm
shouldn't be a thing and so good and they're mentioning it's all like when a lot of people get attacked by cell they or like sorry when they get attacked early game they'll just take the damage and then they get cell chain and lose everything and have like and be at 4 life and they don't understand why they're losing and I see that a lot with a lot of players so it's like like being able to understand how to to beat a deck and understand what the deck's trying to do is such a big thing. And
yeah, definitely.
yeah, so when your opponent can't do that, and so I definitely see uh, Cell Chain being a good leader, and or sorry, not Cell, but like that whole Cell Chain stuff, and Bruno being able to understand his deck pretty well, and I see why he won. I can see why he won the tournament. But next time it won't be so easy for him.
Yeah, he also came second at one of our biggest tournaments recently as well.
Oh, really? That's
So
cool.
yeah, he lost to it was Hooligan Storm in the end. So
Oh, true, true.
it
Yeah,
wasn't a good matchup for him.
yeah,
So but yeah, Bruno I think is well I've never played him, so I can't really say from first-hand experience how good he is. But watching the game yesterday, what struck me was the amount of patience both of you had with your plays. So knowing when to push, knowing when to just
yeah,
hold on for another turn, and also the way that you adapted your playstyles as well after game one. So
yeah. Oh man, the one game I lost, I swear, if I had one card in my deck, I'd be fine. Or if I wasn't forced to draw, I
yeah,
decked out. It was brutal. It's like I
yeah, it
drew the one
was.
card that draws me a card when I play. I just needed one more attack to go through.
Yeah, because you drew. Yeah, it was you top decked the at all costs Vegeta, right?
Yeah, I knew it was him. I knew he was still in my deck, and there was still the Gogeta somewhere. I don't know if it was in my life or deck. I knew because I looked through my grave and I knew I still had so well, like a battle card to play, and I just needed one battle card. Oh, I needed the Gogeta and not
Yeah,
and not
yeah,
this one.
yeah. That's how it is sometimes, I guess. Um, so yeah, you were playing Gogeta yesterday. I guess that was just like a quick fun deck to
Yeah.
play. Do you have any set five predictions?
Um, I definitely. I was looking over that Shenron leader, and he definitely looks
Yeah.
insane. I didn't realize for some reason I thought it was triple strike, not triple attack.
Mm,
And
mm.
seeing triple attack, I'm like, wait, what? Oh man, that's. I think that'll be one of the best things. I do think they'll have a problem against like if Storm can pressure you enough to the point where because they don't get the whole flip awaken untap two or flip awaken draw two.
Yeah, it's just
They
a
have
single
to
wish.
that single wish. So if they can't actually like wish themselves to awaken early enough, I can see that being a big problem. Shenron has a bit easier time than the other wish leaders. It looks like, but I could definitely see that being a problem. Them having against some aggro decks if they can't awaken themselves.
Yeah, I feel like it's got a high skill cap as well because you can.
Yeah,
I mean, you can easily just get Mafubed when you attack, and well,
yeah.
there
I
goes
actually
your
think,
triple attack.
well, even with this meta right now, I think like just Bad Ring is so good. Like the last event that I played at the in the Toronto regionals,
Yeah.
I had
Oh,
like
right.
I
Yeah,
had my
that
normal
was last week, right?
I had my normal Hercule deck, and it was like 5 a.m. and I started thinking, I'm like, man, the only reason we're winning these games is off pure hand advantage, um, and this Demigraw. So then me and my friend we had like a similar build, and I'm like, man, I think we just need to change this build completely, and I just added more lethal things. And he's like, well, what do you mean? And I was like, well, I always sided my yellow stuff anyways. Bad Ring is just so good right now because of all these like a lot of people play negates or mafubas or crusher balls and all that kind of stuff. And I'm like, so let's just like how do other decks like like the storm deck, a lot of times they just go mirror bad ring champa, okay, or they go at all costs Vegeta, swing triple strike however much damage, or like however much attack. Imagine you just had like a bad ring to follow up all of these attacks, and we're already playing bad ring, so why don't we just like I never need these like there's like, these blue cards that we never played like the trunks and this trunks and this Odo something I was called, or even Goku Oob, like those things from World Tournament. It's like we played them here and there, but they were never our win cons, and we only really needed them to help us control the board, which is only sometimes. So I was like, you know what, let's just scrap these guys. We could throw them in the side if we need some of them, and let's just make our deck a bunch of different lethal things. So it's like we have our Demigra on turn 5 for lethal, or I can play uh, Mira Bad Ring Champa, or I can play at all costs Vegeta Bad Ring, and that's how like in the final round I was playing one of my teammates Zuhair, and he was at 3 life. I had like a book in hand still, and I had a Mira and a Champa and a Bad Ring. So I was like, I can end so many people like this. All you do is
Yeah.
swing with your leader. I just dump my whole hand, everything except for the Champa. Actually, I ended up throwing Champa away anyways, but it was just like I dumped everything except for Mira and Bad Ring. I go up to like 150 because obviously I'll have more cards than him at that point. He takes the damage down to 1 life, and then I just play Mira, which he can't do anything about. And I swing. He throws his negate, and then I Bad Ring, and then it's over. And
Yeah.
it's just like I honestly feel like that's going to be a thing. Like that's the secret tech. Well, not really secret anymore, but that's the secret tech I'm going to try working on coming for Nats. Is I'm going to find a way that Shenron leader has triple attack, which is gives something triple attack, which is ridiculous. But imagine just giving something like one of your good battle cards. I don't even know, like because you can cheat out battle cards pretty early with them if you can awaken pretty early.
Yeah.
Just giving one of them that triple attack, and imagine it had double strike or even triple strike, and
MC
then just
Gohan or something like that.
yeah, and then just bad ring their you play like blue yellow. Blue yellow is really good defensively, so you can hopefully outlast aggro. And then when it comes for your lethal turn, you just triple attack, triple strike them dead with a bad ring laser followed. So it's like pretty sure there's something there. I haven't looked too in depth with it, but I know in my heart there's something there. I just have to figure it out.
Yeah, I guess, yeah, a lot of people are playing Bad Ring, especially against Hercule as well. If
Yeah,
you Bad Ring the Zeno button.
exactly. Yeah, yeah.
So,
I think Bad Ring is just a really good place right now.
yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
And, yeah, great. I think that's all we've kind of prepared for. Is there anything else you want to add? Do you think we've missed anything?
Um.
How was the Toronto Regionals actually? Because I didn't see any coverage for it. Usually
Yeah.
CM events don't really
Yeah.
provide
The
much
smaller one.
coverage.
Yeah. It was. I think we only had like about like 50 players or so. My friend ended up. The one at 5 a.m. We ended up changing our decks together. He ended up winning the tournament.
Oh, nice.
I made. Yeah. I made top 8. We were on opposite sides of the bracket too. So if I just won my matches, we would have gotten together, in the finals. But he ended up taking that one down. That was the second regional win too. Anthony. He's on KTM as well. Um. And he'll be one of the players in the UK versus the world battle
Oh,
for
nice.
for the
Okay.
upcoming tournament you guys are having. It'll be like your top 3 players will be playing us. It'll be me, Anthony, and then I believe it'll be another KTM member. I'm pretty sure it'll be Zuhair, who's
Okay.
another Canadian of mine. But
Yeah.
but yeah, it'll be good.
Yeah. I've seen the names floated around from top lists before. Um. Yeah. So what was I going to say? Yeah. So what was the leader breakdown for Toronto? Was that
Yeah,
just a lot of
it was
Hercule?
crazy. We had so much. Because we were going on at the same time as Orlando and seeing Orlando's meta and like all the different decks, and then seeing our meta and all our different decks. I was like, damn, what the heck? Like this game is actually so good right now. It's crazy.
Mm.
But it was me and my friend were playing Hercule. There was 2 announcers, a Mira Cell Chain deck,
Well.
a U7 Vegeta. I don't remember what the last deck was. There was an 8th deck. I don't remember. Oh no, it was another Hercule. So there's 3 Hercules, 2 announcers, one U7 Vegeta, and one Mirror Cell Chain.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
No Huridigon. No. So.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Shit. And a Hurdigarn. Sorry. Yeah. There's a Hurdigarn Storm, and he ended
Okay.
up losing. Yeah, he ended up losing to the Hercule in top 8. Yeah, I
Right.
remember that.
Okay. Um. Yeah. Okay. Wow. Yeah. I mean, as you said, the format currently in the States is really good.
Yeah,
I
I'm really
mean,
enjoying it.
do you think with set 5 it will be all change, or will there be awakened leaders which will be really strong as well?
Um, I think, I think at first, a lot of people are going to be trying to play these wish leaders, just because it's the new stuff, and I assume 1 or 2 of them will come out as the clear best ones. Um, but it depends where the meta goes. If it goes aggro, I can see wish leaders having a hard time. But if it goes more, don't kill you by turn 2, 3, or a little bit slower game, I can see the wish leaders coming out on top.
Yeah. I mean, the wish abilities are really strong, but one of the things that we noticed about the wish leaders was that y- you could either draw every turn and that's it, whereas with the awakened leaders, you pretty much draw and have an additional effect every turn.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So, but yeah, good luck for nationals.
Thank you, thank you.
We will be rooting for you here. I think you're probably one of the most popular players around.
Awesome.
So, yeah, if you have any questions, guys, please leave it in the comments below. Danny, thank you very much for coming on. It's been a pleasure to have you here.
Yeah, man. Anytime. Anything I can do to help scenes grow in other places, to help our game grow, I'm always down for.
Yeah, fantastic. Thank you very much. And yeah, guys, if just gonna plug this every week now. If your store is not signed up for BCC, then get them to do that. Um, and that's it, guys. That's it for this week. The giveaway which I've been doing, that will end on the next podcast. So probably in about a week's time. If you know, if you know, you know. Now, if you don't, then check out the other podcast, and you will find out. So that's it for today, guys. Please leave a like on the video. Remember to sub for more content, and I will see you guys next time.